from last time. Okay, there we go. Let's do it the proper way. Okay. And so our first game of the evening is The Corruption Within, and I do want to take the time to thank the developer for providing me with a free copy of The Corruption Within to play on tonight's stream. The game is available on PC. It is going for $8.99 USD. It is also available through itch.io for $9.99 USD. So that's the two ways you can pick it up. Oh, it's not a problem. Indie and print, and I think I saw long play too. So welcome on in. Just trying to get my bearings. It's weird because I normally don't stream Tuesday, so it's a little weird for me. But if you do like what you see of any of the games tonight, of course, you can hit !GOTW or simply click on the link there. And that will bring up a list of all the games I'm going to be playing this week. And while we are at it, tonight's discussion question is, now that Steam Next Fest is over, what were some of your favorite demos? If you got a chance to play any of the demos, I'd like to hear about it. But in terms of The Corruption Within, there is a trigger warning for this game. The developers did not put a trigger warning in it, but I played it. And I will say there is a trigger warning for this. It's part of the reason why I couldn't stream Saturday, because I tested this out and it kind of messed me up a bit. But there is a trigger warning for this. And that trigger warning is, the following game, The Corruption Within, contains one or more of the following subjects: violence, abuse, drug use, blood and gore, sexual themes, strong language, mental health struggles, and therefore may not be suitable for some viewers, so viewers' discretion is advised. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play this for as much as I can. But we're going to try to give it at least 15 minutes. 15 minutes is probably the max with this one. Because, like I said, last week I tested it out and I got upset from the game. So we'll see. I've gotten over that part. It's saved from that part. So we will see how the game progresses. But definitely this game did need a type of warning. Because there was an event that happens in the game, in the beginning of the game, that is a little triggering. So it should have had this warning, but it did not. So I am putting the warning there. So with that being said, now we will go ahead and begin the game. So while I am, hopefully it doesn't start up from there. Matter of fact, let me make sure it doesn't start up from there. Okay, it doesn't look like it does. I will know if it's that same part. Okay, I'm gonna probably have to switch the screen. Because it doesn't look like it. I think we're back at the same part that kind of set me off. Just what is your business at this ungodly hour, sir? Please, my good man, let me in. My family have gone missing and I need help. Do you have an invitation from a member of the family? You guys probably want some music or some sounds. Didn't even think about that. You guys probably want some sounds. Yeah, I think that's it. That's my new thing. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Also, I think I figured out what USB device is not working very well. I think it's actually my Yeti microphone that's not working very well, because when I went to go turn it on, like I have another program that I use with the Yeti, and when I went to go turn it on, it wouldn't recognize the Yeti. So I think it's the Yeti that's messing with the USB. Do you have an invitation from a member of the family? What? No, I don't. My family have gone missing, and if you do not have a formal invitation, then I cannot allow you to enter the house. There are no exceptions. I bid you goodbye, sir. Now what am I going to do? Okay, so right here I'm going to switch the screen, because there is a part that pops up in the game right here that is very triggering, and I didn't care too much for it, and I don't want that in the actual coverage of the game. So I'm going to switch screens, because I know that's what's coming up next. I know this is what's coming up next, and it did upset me. So I'm gonna see if I can push through it, but I'm going to switch the screen, because I don't want you all to have to see that as well. So switching screen, so that, you know, a shrill scream, and I'm gonna mute this sound for now. A shrill scream is heard in the distance. Was that Steph? I better go check it out. The scream seems to have come from the southwest. So what happens in the corruption with it is that a guy and his family are out kind of like having a vacation, and the kids and the wife go wander off into the woods or whatnot, and when he calls for them, they never return home. They don't come back, or they don't come back to the campsite. So he goes to this mansion to see if he can talk to someone, and they're like, well, you can't get into the mansion unless you've been invited in, and, you know, like some vampire type stuff. And so he's like, well, what can I do? Now he's going to go investigate this scream. He thinks it's his wife, but it is not. Not knowing where I was heading, but following the sounds of the screams, I ended up somewhere in the forest. There I beheld a sight that made my blood cold. And this is why I blocked it. There was a man hanging from a tree. As I stared at the grisly scene, a young woman approached me. Sir, I was sent to find you and give you this invitation. She hands me an invitation card. She's clearly shaken by the sight of the dead man. Give it to the butler and he will let you in. The young lady stares in horror at the guy from the tree. Do you know who this is? Yes, sir. His name was Paul. He was a footman. I liked him. He was always kind to me, and he was quite a dizzy, despite not having much education. Lady Charlotte heard you at the mansion door talking to Giles and told me to come via the servant's door to the forest and find you. She has seen a woman and 2 children who appeared to be lost. But then I saw Paul here. We must report this to the authorities. My family. Someone has seen my family? She is still staring at the body, unable to tear her eyes away. Shouldn't we cut him down or even bury him? We can't yet. The police will need to see the crime scene without any interference. I suppose so. I need to rush back. I know it seems cold, given the circumstances, but I do not wish to receive punishment for failing in my duties. The punishment can be severe. You still have to work at this time? It must be past midnight by now. The family I work for have unusual habits. Lady Den's son suffers with lunacy. She becomes highly agitated during the full moon and often creates havoc, so the family have got into the habit of staying up late to deal with her. I see. What about the invitation? That's a house rule. Nobody's enters without an invitation, even if accompanied by a servant. No problem, Indian friend. Even if accompanied by a servant or family member other than Lord Denton himself, he is a law unto himself. I'm sorry, but I really must get back now. Paul, rest in peace. I will come make sure you get a proper burial. The young woman, weeping uncontrollably, runs back towards the mansion. I'm left with only the cord swinging gently on the road for company. Yeah, no, get out of here. Okay. Like, that scene is very unsettling. I will tell you that, and that's why I blocked it out, because, again, I do upload my videos to YouTube, and YouTube don't play with stuff like that. They are not fans of stuff like that. So, um, a few things to bear in mind. This game saves your progress automatically. Text display speed can be changed in the options screen from regular default option to instant. To return to the main menu, press ESC. Okay. To open or close your inventory, press the space bar, click the middle mouse button, click left click an item from your inventory to hold it in hand. You can then use it on objects in the world. By left clicking to return it to your inventory, click the right mouse button or open your inventory. Some objects may require a closer inspection, so don't be shy to interact with them a few times. To move around the world, click on the direction arrows that are shown in the bottom right. Alternatively, you can use the WASD keys. Hotspot indicator can be turned on in the options screen. To replay the tutorial, press H at any time. That's it. The tutorial is finished. Keep on adventuring. A sturdy looking shed door. The door won't budge more than a couple of inches. There's an adjustable spanner and on the floor which I can barely reach. I'll take it. The trees stand out impressively, even in the... Well, I kind of want to go back here. What's in the wheelbarrow? I'm not sure what the wheelbarrow has been used for, but it has dark red staining inside. I fear gardening was not its only use. I'm not gonna go back. I run straight back to the mansion, not stopping to explore the forest and lakeside area. Yeah, this one's a little graphic, which is why I'm not gonna be playing this one for that long. I'm gonna actually probably get ready to switch games because this one's a little unsettling even for me. But because I was offered a code and said I would play, I'm playing just a little bit of it to give it coverage, basically. Not stopping to explore the forest and lakeside area. That will wait for later should the need arise. After a brief moment, a man opens the door. I have an invitation from Lady Charlotte to enter the mansion. I shall return later. Goodbye. Although Lady Charlotte does the most extraordinary things at times, I am not going to simply take your word for it. You will have to provide proof. Here's my proof. I see. This appears to be in order. I am not aware that Lady Charlotte has left the house tonight, so I suppose she sent the servant to do her bidding. Do come in, sir. I shall take you through the lounge and fetch her ladyship. Please wait here while I fetch Lady Charlotte. Okay. Sounds of whispers come from behind the door. You may leave us now, Bowles. Very good, my lady. Lady Charlotte studies me keenly before speaking. I see you got my invitation. Jolly good. Thank you for your kindness and hospitality, madam. Of course, of course. Do you happen to know something of my family's whereabouts? My wife and 2 young children, 1 boy and 1 girl. Oh, did I see them? I think maybe I did. You mean you don't know whether you saw them? Oh yes, now that I think of it, I did. Okay, they ate your family, and that's the end of the game. So where are they? Patience, my good man. Patience, I'm desperate to find them. I'm feeling woozy. I need to go and lie down. You may search the mansion if you like. I have nothing to hide. Or perhaps I do have something to hide, but I want you to find it. Lady Shirley gives a small and slightly delirious laugh. I don't remember when and where I saw them. I've not been feeling myself lately. Yep, and so that is the end of this. Yep, ow, nope, can't answer now. So that is the end of the Corruption Within. I do not play with games like this. So yeah, if you like what you saw, you can definitely pick up Corruption Within on Steam and itch.io. It is going for $8.99 on Steam, and it is going for $9.99 on itch.io. And a big thank you to the developer for providing me with a free copy of this game. But that's a little too much for me. I'm gonna call it there. Yep.